So let's apply what we just learned about the number E and talk about interest that is compounded continually. So we talked about a formula, this one, and the N represented when something, how many times a year something was compounded times the number of years. Well, something compounds continuously. I think of this like if you think about dust in your house. You don't get dust on the dresser and then no other dust accumulates until a week later. So dust doesn't accumulate weekly. Dust is always accumulating right on top of itself. Think about something that, if you put something in acid, it doesn't deteriorate until a certain time period and then wait again until another certain time period. It's decaying all the time. So it's happening continuously. And when that happens, the formula that you use is called the PERT formula. You take the principal times e to the RT power. And we did get e from the 1 plus 1 over n when our rate stayed the same. So look at this first example. You deposit $1,000 into an account that pays 8% annual interest compounded continuously. When I see the word continuously, I know I have to use this formula, not this formula. So the amount that I'm going to end with in the N is going to be 1,000 times E to the 0.08 T, and in this case, it was compounding for 1 year. I'm just going to plug that straight into my calculator. And if you have the TI-30, it'll go in that calculator too. So let's do 1,000 E to the 0.08 times 1. And I get 108.328. But since I'm talking about money, I know that it needs to be 108.33. Money will always go 2 decimal places. Okay, let's look at this next one. Atmospheric pressure of an object d miles above sea level can be modeled by this formula here. How much pressure would be experienced at the summit of Mount Washington, which is 6,280 feet above sea level? So here's the formula. The pressure is figured by 14.7 E to the negative 0.21 D, and in our case, D is 6,288. So type that straight into your calculator. 14.7 E to the negative 0.21 times 6,288. The pressure is 0. So when you're at that elevation, that is what the pressure would be. So again, E is used when something is compounded continuously.